Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Season 11, Episode 1, Out of the Woods and Back to Them Streets. And it's giving me that feeling of back in the day, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Y'all know when we used to rush home on Monday nights, 8 o'clock, to tune in live streaming and all that. We wasn't doing all that. We was watching it live. So it's giving me the feels like it's maybe a good season. So if y'all watching, don't hesitate to comment. Let's talk about it down in the comment section. Like it, check out my other content, subscribe. Y'all know this is a growing channel. We on a road to 1,000. I need y'all help. Come on over to this side. Okay, you're gonna love it here. I promise you. So let's go ahead on and just jump into it. So we start off with Spice. She's post surgery. We know she said she had a really bad surgery. She almost transitioned, so it just wasn't a good experience. Her children were afraid and frightened. But at this point, they're going back to Jamaica with her mom because school's about to start, and she just thinks it's better because she's an artist. She travels, she goes on tours, and all those things. That it's just better for them to go back to Jamaica with her mom and go to school there. But I thought she had worked so hard. I remember when she bought a house and she was like, yeah, I want to have my children with me and all these things. And now it's like they're going back to Jamaica. But whatever works for her, works for her. We'll find out more about that later, I guess. So the rest of the cast, we see them gathering. Jock and Kendra have a Hype Hair magazine cover. And Jock is giving me auntie vibes, okay? Like with the short cut with the blonde and them glasses. He was I was looking at a pair of glasses like those in that same cut, okay? So Chaotic, he's left Miami and now he's in Atlanta. So he's a part of the Atlanta cast. They love recruiting from all over and bringing them down to Atlanta. We need some real Southerners from Atlanta. We don't got to venture off. Let's get some new faces from Atlanta. Let's get rid of some of these old people, like Tokyo had said that one time. Okay? But anyway, he's here. I think he's going to be a comedic relief for the show that's needed. And he looking a whole lot better these days. Smile, hair. Okay, I see it. Erica Mena and Rashida and Kirk with his toupee talk about Scrappy and Bambi and their divorce. And Erica was like, Bambi be like, oh, come see the kids. But really low key, she like, come back home. Like, you need to come fight for this marriage. And they both just seem so stubborn. I mean, I'm all for families working it out. I hope if they're able to work out their marriage and keep their family together. They got 3 young children. Back to back to back, they have them kids. So if they can, that's great. But let's be for real. Let's be honest. Is anyone surprised? We didn't think they would make it this long. Like, I am not going to act like we didn't see this coming, okay? I couldn't even believe they really got together and took it this far to begin with. But we here now. So hopefully they can fix it, okay? So Erica Banks comes out. She performs. I'm not really familiar with much of her music. She did mention her TikTok song, Busted, that was viral. So I remember that challenge, when everybody was stuck in the house and couldn't get out. So she's performing. She sounds really familiar to Meg Thee Stallion. They both from Texas. So yeah. Scrappy over there lusting over her. So that's why you getting divorced now. I mean, if you want at least lust over her quietly, you making it known in front of the cameras. What are you doing? Like constantly embarrassing your wife. And then I just see, I'm like, Rennie Rucci's there, Rashida, Kirk. Get them off the show. Why are they on the show? For what? Recast. Same thing I said about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Out with the old, bring in some new, please. I mean, I ain't trying to stop nobody's check, but we need some entertainment or it won't be no more show anyway. So Rashida gets upset because Scrappy is conversing with Erica Banks. Oh, Lord, it's going to be hard with Erica Mena and Erica Banks. I mean, Erica Banks, she knew. She going to have to be EB going forward, okay? Bambi filed for divorce. So, because Rashida, like, he not even wearing his ring. Like, come on, what are you doing? She filed for divorce. Why would he? Like, I mean, if you don't really want it, then don't file. Because if you don't get that reaction that you wanted, you're going to be upset. So later we see Bambi. She's talking to her divorce lawyer. Nothing interesting happens there. But the divorce lawyer does favor Kelly Rowland. And then we see pretend wife Yandy. Again, she can go away with Rashida and them. Jessica White, who's a model, Victoria's Secret model. Well, we know her for messing with Nick Cannon. Child. I don't even think I would bring him up, but I guess he part of her story. He part of her testimony. So she got. I mean, I guess he's the reason she's on the show, because why would she be on Love and Hip Hop? But I guess he had that one song Gigolo back in the day, so I guess that qualifies for her to be on Love and Hip Hop. I don't know how she's gonna fit with this cast. I just like how who. But okay, let's give her a chance. It's new. It's the first episode. So they go to one of them break rooms. They having ladies' night there. Rashida like, look, I got some pictures of y'all exes. Except for you, Jessica. I didn't know you was coming. My bad, girl. I'm like, okay. They ain't warn her. Whose friend is she supposed to be? Like, they didn't even introduce her. She just stepped on the scene. Like, okay, hey, girl. So Erica's still hurting because she done, broke her stuff down and was giving this long speech as to why she want to be, you know, breaking stuff in the name and the sake of Safari. Meanwhile, Safari couldn't care less, sleeping peacefully, not thinking twice. Jessica said she was with Nick for 8 years. In what world? In an alternate universe? She was with him, but he he was with everybody. You was in a relationship with him, child. He was single and having babies all over the world. Those just the babies we know about, okay? So Scrappy met with Kirk and Chaotic, and Kirk was like, "You need to fight for your marriage," and he said, "I've been fighting. Like, I'm tired of fighting." Are you sure you've been fighting? Maybe you think you've been fighting. Like, see, people be feeling like, I did this for you and I did that for you. Is that what the person needed, though? Like, were you giving Bambi what she needed in a relationship? Or are you just giving her what you wanted to give her and just thinking she's not grateful? He said he was just texting somebody. And Chaotic was like, just texting. She mad over that? She want to leave over that? Sir. No, ain't no, oh, well, I was just texting. I was just harmless flirting. Very much inappropriate. Very much while your wife is at home with 3 of your children. Sir. And he's like, it's not even that I was texting. It was who I was texting. So Kiara like, who? I mean, Shay? He like, no. He like, oh, stilettos, pumps, in the club. And thanks to TikTok, they bringing it back, okay? That's a little clip of the video. I said, not them kittens. And we was acting like we was wearing 10-inch stilettos, okay? That was a good time. Them early 2000s was something. But anyway, back on track. He was like, yeah, Diamond. She from Crime Mob. They linked up at the Millennial Tour. Now, I went to the Millennial Tour the very first time it came out, when it was B2K and it was like a bunch of slow singing and R&B going on. I didn't know they was going to be having all these people. I should have waited. I might go back and watch it and go see it again. So he was saying, she was telling him what he needed to hear, and he fell right for it. But then you wonder why she going down to the divorce court. Like, what was you thinking? So he said he gonna wait to see what Bam does. Neither one of them want a divorce, and neither one of them gonna put in the work. I wonder, like, how many relationships and friendships and just things in general have just ended because y'all really don't want it to end, but nobody's willing to put in the work. So Kirk and Rashida changed their bistro from late night lounge, hookah bar to brunch day party vibes. And Chaotic, he over there flirting with EB. But child, he flirt with everybody. That is not a compliment. He literally flirts with everyone. Like on that family reunion, oh my goodness, it was bad. Like the cameraman probably got it, okay? Camerawoman, let me not, because cameraman, woman, non-binary. I don't want to offend nobody. I'm sorry. Moving on. So Bambi confronts Chaotic for joking with Scrappy while he was holding 2 hefty plates. He holding plates like this look like Thanksgiving. His arms is full with these hefty plates. And she like, you was over there making jokes with Scrappy, saying inappropriate stuff, encouraging him to leave his family. And he was like, what? What? I didn't encourage nobody to do nothing. And people really up here like, oh, I see what she's saying. I see where she's coming from. Like, it wasn't hip. No, no. She's projecting. Her issue and her gripe is with her husband. And she's taking it out on his friend. But your issue is really with your husband. Save that energy for your man. Before he's not my man, my man, my man anymore. So Bambi vents to her girls, Sierra and Erica and them, and tells them that she handles all the finances in the household. She's the one that makes sure the bills getting paid and make sure the house is running and food is in the house and all that. And I think a lot of us women can relate to that because it used to be back in the day that men was doing it. Women didn't even know what was going on, what was coming in, what's coming out. Now they kind of like rely a good amount of the time on us to make sure like, okay, the things are getting handled. Like, here's the money and go make sure it's getting paid. But Scrappy ain't even giving her the money. Okay, she's talking about he ain't been paying half of the rent, and now they got to move out. I was watching Grace Report. She talked about this. Shout out to Grace Report. If you haven't seen her, she talked about a whole lot of stuff over there on that channel. She was saying she's a landlord as well. Okay, for the multiple streams of it all. Yes. I need to get me some more side hustles, honey. But she was saying, like, as a landlord, she usually deals with women when it comes to the bills, issues, and things like that. She's usually dealing with the woman and not the man. But if she had two tenants, there's no way that the landlord wouldn't be texting them both. And she's like, there's no way. She didn't feel like as a landlord that the woman wouldn't know what's going on because the woman's usually handling things. Now, I mean, if y'all like living like roommates, like he paying his half, you paying yours, I feel like normally, not all the time, especially after watching Married at First Sight, but usually people have like a joint account. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have my personal account for myself and you can have your personal account, but when it comes to the household bills, it makes more sense to have a joint account so we can just take care of the household. I mean, they're married, or you better be sending me your half. If you not pay your half one time, you ain't gonna never have me in a bind like that ever again. Mm-mm. See, now, I had dealt with that with my ex-husband, but I was 19. That was different. Y'all full grown with children. You don't be putting nobody in a position like that with kids in the house. That is so unfair. It's not right. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And that's why people, this 50-50 topic is always a topic of conversation. Because the men, they be wanting you to go 50-50, but they ain't even doing a 50. You doing more and he doing less. But I mean, that's why I don't know. But Scrappy, he was saying in his defense when he was with Kirk and them, like he had to turn down work and he had to turn down jobs and opportunities to make money to be at home with her. So it's two sides to every story, and the truth is somewhere in the middle. But all we know is the bills ain't getting paid. Bambi and Scrappy are moving out. It's moving day. They getting up out that house, and they show that flashback more than once. Where Scrappy was like, "Oh, I got this house." Like he bought the house. Not you acting like, "Oh, I got us this house," and then you only paying half the rent. God, almost made me cuss on this channel. Sure. So they arguing. They going back and forth and back, tongue tussling. And Bambi was like, I can't be soft with you. I can't be in my feminine energy with you. I know men can't stand when they say that. And even some pick-me's be out here like, oh, can't no man make you be feminine. If you're feeling like I gotta make sure the bills are getting paid, I gotta make sure things are getting done, she doesn't feel safe with him. Like what I was saying on my live yesterday with Gabrielle Union. If y'all ain't see it, check out my live. You're worrying constantly in fear. You can't relax and feel like your man has it. Naturally, your masculine energy is going to come up because you got to make sure things get done. So you're not resting in your feminine energy as a woman because you don't trust that your man has it because he's already let her down before. He ain't been paying his half of the rent. She has children. She's panicked. She's in worry. Every time the fifth come around, she don't know for sure if that rent going to get paid. So Bambi, she was like, well, I mean, you over there talking to women and stuff when you are working, you on your own career. When you are out there supposed to be working, you over there talking to women. The nerve of you to be talking to women and broke. Please, shut up. Yeah, pack them bags, sis. You need some help. Don't walk. Run. Scrap was like, oh, you trying to sabotage me. You trying to sabotage me. What, for telling us what you already done told us? That you over here talking to people? You sabotage yourself. You shouldn't have been talking to nobody. The person you should have been talking to was your mean mugging wife. But did you do it or not? It sounds like you're guilty, so she can't sabotage you. And the gloves seem like they about to come off. This divorce seems like it's about to get messy. Who on Mad Day everything come out, and I just once it's like it seemed like the respect kind of gone on both sides, and it's real hard to come back from that. Okay, y'all let me know. Do y'all think Scrappy and Bambi got a chance? I'm ready to see what's going on with Sierra and that ex fiance of hers and everybody else. And the ones that can go, I really don't want to see them. But it looked like it's going to be good either way. So if y'all checking it out, drop down in the comments and let me know. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss a video. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.